Yes, I do believe that we are live. I do believe we are live. For those who are tuning in, welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show. I am your host, Nelson Mike Medama Murioki. Please note that this broadcast is live streaming on 5 other platforms concurrently, which includes the Vote TV the Vote TV YouTube channel, the Nelson Mike Podcast YouTube channel, the Facebook page, my private page on Facebook, and also on Twitter at Vote Television. Welcome. MD Ahmed is here from Saudi Arabia. Kali Babra is tuned in from Saudi Arabia. If you are, as soon as you get here, make sure that you like this broadcast. Click on like and share. I also have to confess, that I don't have any strength to speak. You realize that I came late today. Sali, welcome. Frida Jockey. Again, as soon as you get here, the first thing you do is you like the broadcast and you share this broadcast. And if you're new here, you can subscribe to the channel. I can see we have Grania Desmond. Is that Island? Welcome, Island. And this is a very painful moment for me. Without even me saying anything, this is a very, very painful moment for me. I was here in the morning. I was here with Njeri from Dubai. We found the family. Again, welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show. Ukiingia hapa una share. Ukiingia hapa una share. Ukiingia hapa, like this broadcast as well. That's the least you can do. And let me tell you something, you're not doing it for me. How many were here in the morning for the Rauka Navo TV breakfast show? How many were here in the morning? I don't even want to, you can read what's on the screen. I'm going to even make it, let me actually make it big so that you can see it. Without even me talking and saying anything for now. Ni wangapi walikuwa hapa asubuhi? Oh, Elizabeth, you are here, nakumbuka. How many were here in the morning? If you are here in the morning, can ebu inua mkono kama ulikuwa hapa asubuhi. Who was here in the morning? This is what you vile unaona kwa screen, that's a reality. Leo sina nguvu. Today I can tell you, I'm very, very honest when I tell you I don't have the strength. And those who are here in the morning, let me give a shout out to Njeri. Let me give a shout out to Njeri for doing such an amazing job. A true sister's keeper. Njeri was here in the morning. We were here for 2 hours. For 2 hours, we're here in the morning. This is the reality. And let me say this. Wacha niwaambie hivi. I was told this 4 hours ago. Thank you, Maureen Muluk. Yes, it was very intensive. I was told, Njeri told me this 4 hours ago. Information, ya DAMARY. I didn't post anywhere. I didn't say anything. I went to sleep. Siku post mahali, hakuna pali, I just went to sleep. I just went to sleep. Na kwa sababu sina nguvu leo, kwa sababu sina nguvu leo, nitafanya hivi. If there is anyone, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. One thing I've learned about this thing called life is that the moment when it feels the toughest, that's when you have to show up. I didn't want to come. See, I didn't want to do this segment. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do this. I prayed for strength for me to come and just sit here and talk to you on camera. We were here in the morning doing everything we can. The familia ikapatikana. Let me give a shout out to the folks from where she comes from, ambao walikuwa hapa asubuhi. Everyone who shared my posts, especially on Facebook and here on YouTube. Mungu awabariki sana. Thank you very much. Today I'm in pain. To be honest with you, nilipoambiwa ya kwamba DAMARY amekufa, a thought came in my mind to just never say anything again about Saudi Arabia for the rest of my life. And just move on with my life and just have a good life. Have a very good life. I said, God, why should this keep on happening? Nimeita Mungu mkutano leo. So what happens? Tulikuwa hapa asubuhi looking for the family. Tulikuwa hapa asubuhi. We tried everything we can. We tried everything we can. And I repeat, Njeri, let's say, can everyone pray for Njeri? She was here in the morning. Tulifanya everything we can. Oh yeah, nilikuwa kusemaje? Nilikuwa kusema let's go back to how this whole thing started. Let's go back to how everything started. Naomi Njoki, it's just too much. Alafu namuka hapa napata ati Mutua, the best thing that Alfred Mutua can do ni kusema ya kwamba women should not travel to Saudi Arabia effective from Monday unless they meet the requirement. What are you telling us? Niliwaambia aje leo asubuhi. What did I say today in the morning? Am I not right? What are you saying about wasichana wasikasafiri Saudi if they don't meet the requirements? That's a bogus statement. That's nonsense. And I'm going to call it the way it is. I don't have anything to lose. That's nonsense. Kwani Wakenya ndio wanaoa Waarabu? Dr. Alfred Mutua. Kwani Wakenya ndio wanaoa Waarabu? Kwani Wakenya ndio wanaoa Waarabu, Dr. Alfred Mutua? Yeah, because the meeting which you had in your office, like I said, you had the meeting with the same recruiters, with the same agents who have messed up the system, and all they care about is the blood money which they receive. Damari alikuwa nani? What requirements are you talking about? Exactly. Even we say that in the morning. Nilisema leo asubuhi. Niliwaambia leo asubuhi. They will never, ever, forever, and I'm gonna say this forever, even my second, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th generation, because now I can speak, because I ain't got nothing to lose. Listen, you will never, ever put any blame on the Arabs when they kill our people. You will never do that. What are you talking about? Damari was dumped at the airport. She was dumped at the airport looking like this. Alfred Mutua, uko wapi? Are they showing you this? Are they showing you this? And the best thing that you can do is saying that no Kenyans are going to travel to Saudi Arabia if they don't meet the requirements. Shame on you. They have secured, and all they do is they protect their interest. Huyu ni mwanamke ambaye alidampiwa kwa airport akiwa nakaa hivi. Angalia vidonda kwa mwili, angalia vile akona bandage, angalia vile alidampia kwa airport kama alikuwa anajikojolea, alikuwa anajiharia. She was crying in pain mpaka hata hangeweza kuongea. Damari amekufa. What should you be concerned about? Shouldn't you be concerned about finding out what happened to this woman and try at least to bring some kind of justice to her, to whatever happened? One of the most painful cases that I've ever seen. Ilikuwa ni hype. Na hapa tuliambia leo asubuhi, those who came here in the morning. Na musijipatie moyo. Hakuna kitu watafanya. Hakuna kitu watafanya. Damari amekufa. She couldn't even tell her story. Damari amekufa akiwa nakaa hivi. Nobody will ever find out what happened. Nobody. Nobody. No one will ever find out. She will never tell her story. Atasema yale ambayo amepitia. Lakini luckily I have this thing very well documented. And I'm going to challenge you, Kimaliza, once we are done with this broadcast ya leo, once we are done with this primetime show ya leo, go and watch the morning show. Look how she looks. Kichwa na nywele, huku vidonda zimejaa kwa kichwa, huku mikono, angalia vile ngozi inakaa. Damari amekufa. Now what? She will never tell her story. She will never, ever tell her story. Tulikuwa hapa asubuhi na Njeri. And even Njeri spoke. And even Njeri spoke. Mumepatia Mwarabu the license to kill. That's what you've done. Na niwaambia hivi. Don't worry. Musiwe na wasiwasi, my people. Because every knee shall bow. Not before Warabu, not before the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, not before NEA, not before in the Ministry of Labor, but before our God in heaven. What else did I nilisema leo asubuhi? Nilisema aje leo asubuhi? Nilisema aje leo asubuhi? I will repeat what I said today in the morning. Because, by the way, those who came here for the Rauka Navo TV breakfast show, thank you very much. If you haven't watched that segment, make sure you watch it after this. Kama kuna kitu moja, huyu mwanamke ambaye anaitwa Lilian, huyu ambaye ni mwandazimu kichwa, huyu Madhare case, kama kuna kitu moja that she's right about, and I say never ever underestimate mtu ambaye ni mwandazimu. Listen to what that person is saying, because some stuff that person is saying is correct. Watu wana kichwa timamu, they are very honest, by the way. They're very honest. So there's one thing Lillian, you are right about. Na nitakwambia. You are very right. You are very right about it. Ulisema aje? Kufa kuzikana, biashara itaendelea. Lillian never lied about that statement. It's the truth. Kufa kuzikana, biashara itaendelea. DAMARY is gone. DAMARY is gone. DAMARY is gone. Na nilikuwa hapa nikasema, how comes walimweka? So, you know, all the questions about how did they make it to have her checked in a plane kutoka Saudia mpaka Dubai akiwa hivi. But as we wait for the police investigation, the only way that this could have happened ni kwamba ule mtu ambaye alikuwa ni sponsor wake, okay, wali fake the travel documents, wali fake the medical documents. Na alipelekwa, there's someone who accompanied, that's a fact, there's someone who accompanied DAMARY from Saudi to Dubai. Na alipofika Dubai akamwachilia na akaenda. And then here she was. Crying with pain. Nataka muimagine hii picha. She was crying in pain. Alikuwa in so much pain. Na ni kwa airport, mtu ameanza kujikojolea, mtu ameanza kujiharia. She will never tell her story. She never told her story. And she's gone. And we will never know what this woman went through. We will never know what this woman went through. Amekufa. Kufa kuzikana, biashara itaendelea. Lillian, you are right. Again, welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show. I can see Maureen watching on Facebook. Thank you. Those who are watching on Twitter, share. If you're new on these YouTube channels, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Not for me. So now this case has been taken over by the airline. A Kenyan consulate in Dubai a Kenyan consulate representative in Dubai went to Sharjah airport today in the morning and took over the case. Hata kuna vitu mingi sana. In fact, I haven't even checked my phone. The moment I haven't checked this phone, I haven't checked my laptop, I haven't checked my third phone. The moment I was told by Njeri today 4 hours ago, the moment niliona she has passed away, she has died, the doctors tried everything, I just went back to sleep. Najua simu yangu iko na a lot of messages that I have to look at. Ukweli ni kwamba DAMARY will never tell her story. DAMARY will never tell us about her pain. DAMARY will never speak. Let us know what happened. The only thing that will give us an idea of what she went through will be her scars. The only thing that will give us an example of what she went through is her pain. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Motuasi uko Saudi Arabia. Why are you not speaking about this thing publicly? Why are you not speaking about this story publicly? Mbona mwongei? Mbona wongei? How comes no one in the government is talking about this? Na kuna kitu moja nilisema. Thank you. Actually, Zaki Africa Life, there's something I want to say. Let me come over here. Let's come over here. Let's come over here. There's something I said today in the morning when I was having a debate, when I was discussing with Njeri. And by the way, Njeri, Mungu akubariki sana. Skizeni. Let me come over here. Let me make this. There's something that I said today in the morning. Na niliuliza safari kutoka Saudia mpaka Dubai, the flight is 2 hours. It's a 2 hours flight. Correct? It's a 2 hours flight. Right? Okay. The moment akiwa kwa ndege, which means akiwa kwa ndege, she didn't have that thing with kujikojolea, kujiharia, and lack of oxygen. Because kama inge happen kwa ndege, that's something different. So those 2 hours, she was able to check in at the airport with whoever she was with. She was able to board the plane. I want you guys to walk with me in this one. Walk with me here. She was able to board the plane. She was able to fly to Dubai, Sharjah Airport. She was able to walk out. Bado hakuna mambo za oxygen, bado hakuna mambo za uchungu, hakuna mambo za kujikojolea, bado hakuna mambo za kujiharia. But this happened at the airport at Sharjah after landing and arriving, which has led me to believe the following. Ya kwamba kuna kitu Damari aliwekewa. The person who took Damari to Dubai alikuwa nenda kumwangusha akufia huko. And the person knew very well. So I was thinking maybe they used a foreign agent. That's a very lethal poison that they use. Right? Walk with me here. That's the only way. You know, because if kama angeanza kujikojolea akiwa, okay, now guys walk with me. Kama angeanza kujikojolea akiwa kwa ndege, kama angeanza kujiharia akiwa kwa ndege, kama angeanza kusema hana oxygen akiwa kwa ndege, that could have been a different scenario now. That could have been a different scenario now. See where I'm coming from? Lakini hii kitu, it specifically happened the moment she arrived at Dubai airport. And remember, Njeri told us there's a picture that she even showed us where they were infusing oxygen in her system. The doctor said if she could have stayed for 5 more minutes without oxygen, she could have died. That's a fact. And I'm saying this on record. Kama angekaa for 5 more minutes, this is the doctor who said so. Kama angekaa for 5 more minutes, bila oxygen, she could have died. Then there's something else that the doctor also said. Kuna kitu ngine pia alisema. The doctor said, there is nothing we can do for Damari. There's nothing we can do for the patient. And that's why the doctor specifically went to Njeri and told Njeri, ask Njeri, do you pray? Was it not? No, sorry, it was the police officer. The police officer. Alimuliza, do you pray? And then the police officer said, pray for your sister. So already things were looking very, very bad for DAMARY. So this news is not a shock. And me, I was just speaking, at this point, you just speak on what's being told and what you see. And let me change this. As we proceed, I'm gonna now bring this one here. These are the posts that I made on my Facebook page. And by the way, thank you again. Thank you very much for each and everyone who shared. And you see this one here, man. I took my time kuangalia hii kitu. I was looking at this thing. I think I stared at this image for over an hour. Yeah, kufa kuzikana, biashara itaendelea. Lilian, you are right. Aki ukiangalia, if you look at the passport picture and if you look at ukiangalia DAMARY na passport picture, they are two different people. It's like two different people. I was so much concerned about hata ukiangalia ngozi yake, the skin, nywele ilikuwa imetoka, hii si kunyolewa. So I do believe, and there's of course they're gonna run a toxicology report just for us to know what she consumed. The fact that she was screaming so loud in pain that she could not even speak, and I do believe aliwekewa poison. While we were, if you look at ukiangalia the boarding pass yake, you see this is the boarding pass. This is the one that was being, this was at the airport in Dubai. Passport yake ilitoka 24th June 2021. So which means she was there for just 1 year. Yeah, Felista. Well, I think you were here in the morning, Felista. Yeah, this is exactly what has happened. This is exactly what is. She's gone. So 25th of June, 2021. Let me come again now because I'm walking you through what ambao hakuwa hapa asubuhi, kama hakuwa hapa asubuhi, but Njeri was here. So let's start. This was the first picture ambao nilitumiwa. Okay. Ebu angalieni, look how she looks. And the reason why Njeri took this picture ikiwa hivi, again, kama vile alituambia ni kwamba kwa sababu hapa alikuwa uchi, hapa alikuwa anamuosha. They were trying to, and then there was those who were asking the question, why was she on the floor? What happened here is alikuwa walimbukia hotel room na alikuwa na kitanda mzuri sana. The room was a nice place. She was in so much pain na alipoanza kujikojolea na alipoanza kujiharia, she then just felt from her bed to the floor. So that explains this picture here. So alikuwa in so much pain, such that again they had to. Now I'm actually this is a phone call from another family. Uni sister yake Jacqueline Modoni ambaye amekufia Saudia. This is a sister calling me, but I cannot answer this phone call right now. Do you see what I deal with every day? Uni sister yake Jacqueline Modoni ambaye amekufia Saudia. Her family is asking where she is and when she's coming back home. But let's do this. Let's continue. Because I want to focus with Damari first. This segment is just for Damari. So, again, like in Kangali, I want you guys, if you look at this picture now, you start looking at it again with clear eyes. Huku kwa kichwa, all this is in the vidonda. All this. So me, I'm just analyzing, you know, hizi ni vidonda. Hii mkono huku naona iko na bandage huku. Like she had some cuts or something. And I made a confession. Wakati nilitumia hii picha, juu hii picha iko inasema ni mwanamke ama ni mwanaume. When I looked at this, the first thing I thought ilikuwa ni mwanaume. Lovely me uko Dubai, man. Okay, well, but see, okay, what you have to do is, because we are way past, go with the flow here. Alafu nikimaliza, then go please and watch the other two segments, or just go on my Facebook page, the whole report. You can read that whole full report in quickly. Tuendele. Mi wakati nilitumia hii picha, I thought ni mwanaume, because the picture did not specify. Lakini hapa ndipo nilikuwa na maswali mengi, nikaanza kujiuliza, how can someone in this state be able to be checked into the airport? Nilikuwa na maswali mengi sana when I first received this picture. So ndio sababu nilisema, I just did this graphic real quick, nikasema just received here at Vote TV, tafadhali soma the post. Na ilikuwa the post read, again guys, kama unajua huyu mtu haiko specify the gender, kindly call me on this number. Ako Dubai airport, ametoka Saudia akiwa very sick, hana documents za huku, so haezi vuka his side, but manzi ako sick, anahara na ako weak. So coming back to what Lilian alikuwa nasema, ni ukweli, kufa kuzikana, biashara itaendelea. Mtu wako huku akiambia watu wasichana wasikasafiri Saudia bila requirements. Which requirements? Kwani wasichana ndio wanaoa Waarabu? Kwani wasichana ndio wanaoa Waarabu, Dr. Alfred Mutua? And I knew this. I knew the moment niliona kwa ofisi yako who you were having the meeting with. I broke that thing down here. Nilisema, you are going there to fix the economy. You are not going there to fix the welfare of our sisters. Hata fungekaa tu Kenya, basi waendelea kuua kabisa, waue kabisa mpaka sasa, hata wakitaka tuwapelekee mpaka ng'ombe, maumbwa na mapanya za Kenya waue. Meda kore ya mali. How do you justify this? I'm going to ask this question to the Kenyan government and everyone who calls herself or himself a recruiting agent. How do you justify this? How do you explain this? How do you justify this? Oh, kwa hivyo Damari amekufa kwa sababu hakuwa na the right requirements. Is that how you're gonna try to flip this? Oh, my fellow agents, Paul son, I got some bad news. Damari hakuwa Kemboi. Rita najua. Thank you. You see this comment from Rita? Or my sister from Bunyore, Dama. I feel so bad. Guys, do you get my point? How will they justify kifo cha Damari? Mko na excuse gani? What's the excuse? Wacha waangalia hii picha tena. Excuse yenu ni gani? Okay, now Damari amekufa. She can't tell us a story. She can't tell us what happened. Now what? Where do we move on from here? Do the usual thing that we do. We cry on these social media networks, we cry on these platforms. Us as human activists, we try to, bring the facts on the table, what happened, explain what happened, and then what? Yeah, ukienda leo asubuhi hapo, si kuna ndege leo, kuna ndege imetoka Jomo Kenyatta kama imebeba wasichana. As I'm here talking about Damari's death, my phone is ringing at the same time. Familia Jacqueline Modoni ambaye pia msichana wao amekufia Saudia. Now what? Seraphine Okoth, please, you guys, you're too late. If you have missed this story since yesterday, go on my YouTube channel, go to VoTV YouTube channel, go to the Next of My Podcast YouTube channel, or go to my Facebook page. Go and read everything there. Sina nguvu ya kurudia kitu my sister. So sorry. Go with the flow kwanzia hapa, and then catch up baadaye. Nilijua. The moment I saw Kimutua ukiwa kwa ofisi ukiwa na kina Josephine Muriuki, yule mwanamke ambaye alifanya juu chini tusipate haki ya Beatrice Warugoro, yule mwanamke ambaye alijaribu kunipiga juu chini tusipate haki ya Beatrice Warugoro, I knew that you have been really told the wrong story. Now here you are telling us, oh, ati wasichana wasikasafiri Saudia kuanzia next week if they don't meet the requirements. Kwani Kadama ndio wanao wa Mwarabu? So how do you just, let me ask you and your office and your administration and those people who, of course, Mushachukua, you are now in Saudi Arabia. That's a good thing. Because Saudi Arabia right now, how will you justify the death of Damari? I can tell you one thing. Fact is, Damari was killed. Damari was mistreated. That's a fact that you cannot even deny. We know it. I know it. My God in heaven knows it. And the best thing that you can do is to stand there and tell people like, oh, requirements? Which requirements are you talking about? Cleaning a house? That's the requirement you're talking about? Which requirements are you talking about? Which requirements? Because that's exactly what that's the story they sold to you. They told you ya kwamba hao wasichana wanateseka kwa sababu the same thing watu wamekuwa wakipayuka, watu wa Asma kakina Njoroge. I know them and they're here watching. They're here watching. Mi wajaribu kunipiga vita wakashindwa. The best thing, go and look for another story. Go and look for another story that will give you some headlines. Go and say Nelson had sex with a tree and the tree is pregnant and the tree is giving birth next week. Told you I'm a different cloth. Cut from a different cloth. And VoTV is this is the loudest megaphone for the voiceless and those who are oppressed. And this is the last platform standing. And they know that. Technically, you can't touch me. This is a movement. And that's why I can come up here and stand up and defend the rights of those who are oppressed with no shame in my DNA. Damari is dead. The only thing that I can tell God is, you know what, God, thank you for the platform. Thank you very much kwa sababu you guys ambao wale ambao walikuwa hapa asubuhi, tulikuwa hapa, nilisema maji nikianza show. Niliambia Njeri, By the time we finish this broadcast, tutakuwa tushapata familia. When I speak with, there's something in me. There's something in me. And that's exactly what happened. 10 minutes before tumalize show, we found the family. And again, welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show. I'm your host, Nelson Michael DAMARY. The show is broadcasting and live streaming on 6 other platforms concurrently. Thank you very much. Come on, if you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on my Facebook page, if you're watching on my private page. Yeah, amena kunya gahawa. Mimi nimesema honestly for the first time, you know what I told when tulipopata the brother leo asubuhi. I said, you know what? I told Njeri, wacha nilale. You guys have the numbers. Kuna watu, there's the WhatsApp groups ambazo walikuwa nazo za Western. Those people, they communicated with the family. Mimi nilisema mimi sina nguvu. But I'll definitely call the brother. Damari ameenda. And it's not just about ati Damari amekufa, ni vile amekufa. Guys, can we do this? You're missing nguvu. Sina nguvu kabisa. I'll do this. Hakuna kitu mtu anaenda kufix Saudi. He's going there to defend the economy. So forget about it. Waste of time. Let them watch out. You know what? Let them kill. Let them drop them at the Wapelekeni Sharjah airport. Wapelekeni, go and drop them there. Then there's one thing. There's something that Njeri said today in the morning, and I will never forget that. Alituambia, because she's working at the airport. Alisema ya kwamba kila siku, all the flights that are coming from Saudi Arabia, kuna wasichana kila siku who land at that airport wakiwa completely mentally distressed. And they always have to be called to go and talk to Nani wa Kenya. So they have to always be called to go and talk to them, calm them down, try to guide them, do at least wafike Kenya. Now, the problem with Damari, ni kwamba this was a very extreme case. Remember, the process was to clear her, aende kwa flight ya kwenda Kenya. And then they were like, no, something is not right. And then that's when she was screaming. She was screaming. Thank you, Zaki Yusuf. So nitafanya hivi, I need some support. I need you guys to support me so that at least we can push for another 30 minutes. Siwezi kaa hapa for another 30 minutes. I'm completely weak. I don't even want to look at my phone. I don't even want to look at my messages. I don't want to pick any phone calls. I don't want anything. Fanya hivi, I'll drop if there's anyone who would like to come and join me here on video, aongee. Let's have a public debate. I'll put the link. Angalia kwa comments. I've put the link there. Join me here. Send me a request. Join in. Ukuje uongee. Tell us what you think, what you feel about the case ya Damari. She's gone. I don't have the energy to type rest in peace. I don't have the energy to say it. I don't have the energy. Mi nguvu imenisha kabisa. I'm even surprised that I was able to come. Like I said, imebidi niombe. Hata before niingia hapa imebidi niombe. just to come here and talk to you guys. So nimeweka link hapo. If there's anyone who would like to come here, tuma nini request, nitakuinvite kwa studio and then we can talk about this. But complete disappointment. Apana, Ruth Nanjala, I will never listen. And this is something that I've said before. Na kwanza baadaye ndio hii kitu ilikuwa imeweka watu wasi, ilikuwa imeweka agencies wasiwasi sana. I have money to start. I can open 3-4 agencies if I want to, but I will never open an agency. Never. 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 Never ever. Not especially kupeleka ati watu, kuna kupeleka watu huku sijuni. So nimeweka link kwa comment. If you want to come and join here as a guest, send me request. I'll plug you in. Otherwise, let's look at the comments. Who is here? Mother Teresa nauliza, are we not human beings? Why? Yeah. Tulikuwa hapa asubuhi, we had that conversation. Fungeni Saudia. So Saudia haitafungwa. So that one, forget about it. Hiyo sahau. And actually, let me make this, I will take now, let's do this. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Mungu abariki sana. Let's pay our last respect here on Vote TV to our sister. This is what I want to do. Give me a second. Let's pay right here on Vote TV. Let's pay our last respect to our sister. And what I'm going to do is nitaweka comments kwa screen, and then I'll be reading them out as we continue. Give me 1 second. Carol Mwango, Mungu akupe nguvu. Yeah. Mi pahali imefika. I think it's time to focus on other things. It's time to focus on other things. It's not worth it to be out here every day just trying to fight for peanuts. Dola 200. So yeah, so let's do this. I want to show what we're gonna do. So let's pay our last respects to Tanzia happy. Dorin anasemaje, enough is enough, Saudi ifungwe tu sasa. This is RIP. This RIP is so painful. So type kama mimi hapa. Nishachoka kutype, we are tired. So Dorin, the reality is Saudi will never be closed. Will never ever be closed. Na hii ulafi ya viongozi. Pila Ratolo. Nelima, we appreciate you more. You do better than anyone in office. Thank you. That's what, because I'm a human activist. So what we do as human activists is always underestimated sometimes. You know, these people who are in the government, they are being paid. These people who are running these recruitment agencies, they are being paid. Human activists, we work for free. And I don't call this work. I serve for free. But you can never run away from God's calling. That's that one I can promise you. Nani mwingine? Bless Beatrice anasema Riziki Bajari, it can't, they get a lot of money and they blind us by coming and there's nothing discussed to curb mistreatment. Yeah, nishaanza tayari. Mutua saying ati kwanzia Monday, mambo za requirement. Which requirements are you talking about? Give me a break. No wonder Ririani was so arrogant, watched in the morning, thought I will hear good news now. For the first time, I'm in tears. Mike nimechoka. Yeah, I say that. Niwaambia hivyo. Kufa kuzikana. Biashara itaendelea. It's true. Kenya tuko na shida, but kindly, ladies, let's stop traveling to Saudi. How my agent ni sisi tunapatia kazi. Again, something you can't stop. Now let me start telling you this thing by being realistic. There's something I want to post on my Facebook pages because tukiendelea. Airport imejaa. Airport kumejaa watu. So guys, please eliminate the idea ati Saudi itafungwa. Another sad day for humanity. Koja kidogo. Oh, let me see. I think there's someone who's on a Tumapa request aingie. Elizabeth. Elizabeth.
Yes, Nelson.
Tulikuwa maombi jana, and right after the maombi, this comes up. Talk to us.
Very sad and very painful.
Tulikuwa maombi jana. Hebu ongea Elizabeth kwa sababu by the way Elizabeth is working as a domestic worker in Saudi Arabia. Alikuwa hapa jana na tuliongea sana. Alituambia mambo mengi jana. Hebu tuambie what you feel about this and your maoni yako.
Sasa nimesikia uchungu tangu asubuhi, nimepoteza amani kabisa tangu tuwatch hiyo kitu asubuhi, mambo vile Njeria alikuwa anaongea. I was just telling God to give me peace. It's very painful kwa maana mtu kama huyu anakumbuka ameacha nyumbani watoto kama mimi. Amekuja kutafutia watoto wake, alafu hiyo situation, watoto wake sasa wako vipi? Wazazi wake wako vipi? Ndugu zake wako vipi? Sasa ni kuombea familia tu, Mungu aipe amani. Alafu sisi wenyewe kwa wenyewe tuendelee kuombeana. Mimi bado nitasisitiza tu government haitatusaidia. Government haitatusaidia kabisa kabisa kabisa. That is what I know. We have to pray for ourselves. We have to pray for each other. Only God can keep us in Saudi Arabia. Only God can protect us. It's very painful. Wewe kama unakaa vizuri, ombea huyo mwenzako mwenye hakai vizuri. Through maombi yako Mungu anaweza kuja akamuokoa. Vile apostle amehubiri leo na akatuombea, akaombea watu wote wa diaspora. Na Mungu akasema yuko pamoja na sisi, ametuleta huku na makusudi atatulinda. So sisi pia tuchukue majukumu ya kujiombea. Tuombe. Tuzidi kuomba. Nothing is impossible before God. God brought us here in this country with a purpose. We are here in a purpose. Hakutuleta tu. Wajua sisi tulikuja kama tumekuja kufanya kazi, but we are here to serve the purpose of God. And also God who brought us in TV pia amekuwa na kusudi. Mungu mwenye ametukutanisha hapa mahali amekuwa na makusudi. Na kusudi kubwa is to serve the purpose of God. To give up. Licha ya kupitia magumu yenye tunapitia, but never give up. Just pray. God will come to rescue us. Mungu ametuleta, whether hatuwezi jua kama Mungu ametuleta hapa ili akabadilisha hii taifa kupitia sisi. Through our prayers, these people can change. Because hata tukilia hao agent wafungiwe, ni sisi ndio tuna shida. Hao agent hawana shida. Ni sisi ndio tuna shida. Especially single mothers. We have big problem. Watoto wanatakiwa waende skuli. Kuna ndugu zetu wanatutegemea. The only thing I can tell my sisters and brothers is to pray. Is to pray these people. Through our prayers, even the government can change. Through our prayers, hao watu wenye wako maofisini, Mungu can change them. Na wakatushughulikia vile Mungu anataka. God has powers to change the heart of anyone. Me, I believe. If only we will pray and have faith in God, everything shall be well. Nothing is permanent.
My sister, I have a question.
Yes.
How long will they continue to kill?
We have powers, Nelson. We have powers to stop these people
and
to kill us. Because they can't stop Nelson. They can't. Only through by prayers. Only through prayers, Nelson. Because government will not help us. Even if we cry, even if we do what? Our agent work on a government. Majority of them, they have Godfather. They will not stop to bring us in Saudi Arabia. Na ni sisi kweli, bila hata huyo mwanamke alisema, ni sisi huenda kule kuwafata kutafuta kazi. Kwani wao wanatufata sisi nyumbani kweli? Ni sisi tuna shida Nelson, tunaenda kule kutafuta kazi because of problem we are facing. And only as we can call God to change everything.
Nimedeal na kesi za vita, nimepigania vita familia ambazo watoto wao wameuliwa. And every time kitu kama hii ki happen, every time mtu akiuliwa Saudi Arabia, kuna kitu mimi ukumbuka. I will always remember the words that kafiri wa Beatrice Warogoro aliniambia na mdomo wake. I can kill, I can buy your government, and all black people are slaves. DAMARY is gone.
But they can't.
He's right.
God. But they can't buy the government of God. They can buy our government, but they can't buy our government of God. That is what I know, Nelson.
You know, there's something that I want to say here. You know me, I also believe, apart from the fact that I'm a man of faith, I also believe in logic. There's, again, I repeat, I'm a man of faith. I put the foundation KIFO TV has always been God and will always be God. But I also believe in the power of knowledge, logic. There is something that God is telling us here, and we are missing the message. There's something that God is there's something that, and what I can be, yesterday when I was driving home, I kept on saying, God, what are you telling us? What are you? There's a message God is communicating here, and we are missing the message.
Sure.
And I will let me speak this, and I will speak this boldly, eloquently, and with no fear in my system. This industry is filled. There are very dark forces which are involved in this business. There are very dark forces that are involved in this recruitment industry. There are very dark forces. There are very, very dark forces. Very, very dark forces that are prepared for everything, that they don't care when they kill, that they even laugh when they are seeing blood flowing. They don't care. There are very dark forces. And as long as we have these dark forces being involved in this industry and we don't change, we will not stop losing our sisters in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I've said it. Now, it doesn't matter kama ni Mutua, it doesn't matter kama ni Sonko, it doesn't matter kama ni yule alikuwa huko, it doesn't matter. As long as we have this, God is not happy. Hii pesa ambayo inapatianwa, this is not clean money. This is not clean money. It's not clean money. It's blood money. Believe it or not. And that's the fact. Come on, Nafanya, Skiza, we guys are in America, right? We guys, people who are in Europe, people who are in Australia. Elizabeth, how comes you never wake up in the morning? Oh, unapata kwamba, oh, tukuna mtu ametoka America, ameuliwa na kafiri wake, ama ameuliwa na employer wake, huko tunanga na makafiri, by the way. It's a different place. But how comes it's not happening in America? How comes it's not happening in Europe? How comes it's not happening in other continents? It's only happening specifically in one country. God is not happy. It's blood money. And that's why you find my sister Elizabeth unapata kwamba over 80% ya wale asina ambao wanafanya kazi ya Saudia, once they go back to Kenya, they're still broke. And then we put our hope in the government, right? Nasema ni serikali, we put our hope in the government, right? But then they go there and they do the same thing. Rita, if you want to join this conversation, you have to put your microphone and you have to put your video on. Otherwise, I cannot plug you in. Who am I talking to? Do you know what? Okay, someone explain. Do you know what it means to be insane or to be stupid? Is when you do the same thing and you fail, but you keep on doing the same thing over and over again. That's stupidity. If you do one experiment, my sister, and you fail, what do? You change your strategy. You change your strategy. Ukifungua kibanda ya mboga, one, hey, by the way, sijui kwa nini customers hawapendi hizi sukuma wiki nauza hapa. I'm making loss selling sukuma wiki. Do you keep selling sukuma wiki as your business is making a loss? No. You say, hey, let me try something else. Let me try spinach. Let me jump on mboga. Let me try fruits. You adjust. This is simple common sense. Who am I talking to? But you keep on doing the same thing and you keep on failing and you keep on doing the same thing expecting change. My brothers and sisters, it doesn't matter how loud you're going to scream out to our God in heaven. Nothing will change. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say that, to tell you guys the truth. But that's a reality.
It's true.
She's gone.
It's true.
She's gone. She's gone. And it's not just that he just Kwanda Elizabeth, it's the way she has died. She's gone. So what are we going to do? Let me ask you a question, Elizabeth. What is God telling us here with Damary's death? Is there something that God is telling us? Don't mute your microphone.
It's very painful.
Let's look at tuache kuangalia stories zingine Damari. No, we can hear you now. Is there what? Okay, and hii swali pia nitauliza wale ambao wanawatch. Yeah, we can hear you. Ulikuwa umemute microphone. Wacha niwaambie.
Nasikia echo sound.
Okay, so let me basi nikutoa alafu nikurudishe tena. Then you come back again, okay? Okay. Tumeshinda hapa tukiimba wimbo wa maskini. Lakini kwa sababu watu ni maskini, wasimaanisha kwamba ati lazima muwaue vile mnataka. You have given these people the license to kill. But all you're looking at are the remittances from Saudi Arabia. You've given them the license to kill. Jameni, angalieni vile Damary amekufa. Mlikuwa hapa asubuhi. Those who came here in the morning. There's something very dark happening here. And that's why they fight with everything they can. There are very dark forces involved in this thing. Very dark forces. And I know that. Very dark forces. It's crystal clear. It's crystal clear. It's crystal clear. Lafati, the best thing that this Mutua could say is talking about qualifications. Which qualifications are you talking about? Which qualifications are you talking about? Knowing how to switch on a microwave? Which qualifications are you talking about? This is a sad day for humanity, man. It's a sad day for humanity. Imagine the police officer, those guys again, and I will say, if you missed the Rauka Navo TV show ya leo asubuhi, breakfast show, go and watch that thing. And for you, Sister Njeri, I'm forever grateful. A, for being a sister's keeper. B, for speaking boldly. Fatma Osman, welcome all day from France. DAMARY has died. Have you seen any agent give a public statement? Have you seen the government? Have you seen the government giving a public statement? Dr. Alfred Mutua, is your office going to release a statement about the death of DAMARY? Will our public offices, the Saudi embassy, how will you justify her death? How do you justify her death? Mtaenda kuita mkutano pale Jivanji Gardens. Fatma Osman, I've seen your comment, by the way. And if you, I'm gonna please do me a favor, watch the breakfast show today in the morning. And the lady who was here in Jerry, who works at Dubai airport, I will never. That's another statement. That's another statement I'll never forget. She said, every single day, the airport of Dubai is flooded with Kenyans who are mentally unstable, coming from Saudi Arabia. And I asked her, did you say daily? She said yes, every day. If someone can fake documents, and take someone all the way from Saudi Arabia and put that person in a plane, and then I say, this is my theory. DAMARY was poisoned shortly before they left Saudi Arabia, or the moment they arrived at Dubai airport. The person who dumped DAMARY at the airport knew DAMARY won't make it. Do we agree on that? Whoever dumped DAMARY at the airport knew she won't make it. Do we all agree on that? The way she was shouting with pain, the fact that she was urinating on herself, the way that she was defecating in so much pain. Who is in so much pain mpaka anaanza kujiharia? Mtu. Si mtoto. She was born in 1983. This, I'm gonna pull it. Let me actually use the right words. Her murder was perfectly executed. Her death was perfectly calculated. They made sure it doesn't happen in the plane. The person made sure that this doesn't happen in the plane. Which now brings me to my next statement. And let's have a look at this together. Give me a second. Let's look at this together. Fatma Osman, they will not stop sending girls. So that one, we agree. Okay. Give me 1 second. Yep, I hope you can see perfect. Now, this is how she looked like when she arrived at the airport. I will never stop showing this picture. And the fact that now I have a perfect analysis of everything that happened. And if you're tuning in here right now, if you wasn't here at the beginning, the reason why this picture was taken like this because she was naked. So they had to cover that up. And while this was happening, this is when she fell from her bed and she was defecating. So there were feces all over the room. I have to say, oh my goodness, those health workers that were there, oh my goodness. So there were feces all over the place. Hii room yake yote huku kote kulikuwa ni mavi na huku, what you're not seeing here, huku ilikuwa ni mavi na mkojo kila kitu. If you look at the picture, huku naona you can see she looks sweaty. And hakuwa anaweza kuongea. That's how bad the pain was. And let's go to the next one. There you go. This is how she looked like before she left the country. That's a copy of her passport. You see this? Two different. She left the country healthy. And this is how she was looking like. How do you justify this? How do you justify this? How do you justify this? Someone tell me, how do you justify this? How? How do you justify this? How do you justify Damary's death? And life will go on. People forget this. That's the saddest part. We have become numb to these killings. We have become numb. They've killed too many. We've become numb. Something else I want to show here. Give me 1 second. Yes. Perfect. Niambieni. Let me look for. Okay. You see how she looked like when she left the country? Hebu angalia hiyo picha. That's how she looked like when she left the country. That's how she looked like. That's how she looked like when this passport was taken on the 24th of June, 2021. Angalia nywele. You know, her face. That's how It's like you're staring at two different human beings. And that was Damary today. I mean, just look at this. This was her last. And by the way, this is when they were infusing oxygen. And that's when they say, if she had stayed 5 more minutes with no oxygen, she would have died. And it brings me to, and this is my analogy. This is my analysis. Her death was perfectly calculated. Whoever brought Damary to the airport knew that she would not survive. How will the government of Kenya justify this? How will the agents in Kenya explain this? Princess Vienna, that's what we've been covering. Yes. Yeah. She's gone. How do you explain this? It's a sad day for humanity, ladies and gentlemen. It's a sad day for humanity. Shout out to those who are watching this broadcast on Facebook, and shout out to those watching this broadcast on Twitter. Shout out to those who are watching this broadcast on the Nelson Mike Podcast YouTube channel, and those who are watching it right here on Both TV YouTube channel. They can kill and walk away. Amekufa. Now, for me personally, the thing is, I can tell in detail how she spent her last moments. I can accurately tell how Damary spent her last moments, her last minutes. I can accurately and eloquently tell her story. But the point is, Damary never told her story. And that's the most painful part. Damary never told her own story. She never told her story, what she went through. She never told us her story, how she got away from Saudi Arabia. She never told her story, who took her to the airport. She never told her story. And that's the most painful part. Until when will my people continue crying like this because of some peanuts? Like now, I got my folks watching here who are in Europe. I got my folks watching here who are here in America. $200 right now, as we're talking, as we're having this conversation. Hiyo $200 ambayo mnalipwa. That's if I went to the grocery store, I would walk out with 2 bags of shopping. the death of people like DAMARY, and I want the spiritual warriors and the intercessors, the death of people. This is a killing. She was killed, point blank, period. And these are not normal killings. These are either sacrifices, these are some rituals that they're conducting. This is not normal. And the only thing, Dr. Alfred Mutua, you announced today, is saying effective for Monday, no Kenyan girls should go to Saudi Arabia without the qualifications or the requirements needed. Which requirements are you talking about? Which requirements are you talking about? You know, back in the days, I'm gonna give you an example, Mr. Dr. Alfred Mutu. I'm gonna walk you through the history. Then I know my history. I've studied history. I've read the history of all. I've read history, and I'm gonna take you back to the days when they had slavery. There were qualifications that they needed for you to be taken as a slave from Africa to come to America. For men, they had to be well built. They even had a dental formula, checking to make sure that your teeth are stable, your teeth are strong. That was a prerequisite. That was a requirement for you to be a slave, to be taken from Africa and brought to America. They did that. For the women, same thing. They had to be strong. They had to have full breasts, the hips, the buttocks, the thighs, the legs. They had to be perfect. Those were the requirements of a slave, to be able to be taken from Africa and brought to America and work as a slave and serve as a slave and serve a slave master. When I talk about qualifications, which qualifications are you talking about for my people to be taken to Kenya to go and serve in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, just to be killed and slaughtered like animals? How will you justify the death, the murder of DAMARY? She'll never tell her story. This is the last picture that we have of DAMARY akiwa hai. I'm gonna leave it there for 5 more minutes. Say your last. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Pay your last respects. I'm gonna, again, 5 more minutes. Say your last words. Minguvu imenisha. I have to Sanje kunasema our agency should ask themselves one question. These Kenyans wanasafirisha every day, and Kenya is not the only country taking ladies. Kwani how many billions of people are Saudi citizens? Fatma, Maombi. This is the last picture the world will remember of DAMARY akiwa hai. Again, I want to give a big shout out to Jerry. Jerry, thank you very much, and thank you for coming here today in the morning. Thank you very much. May God bless you. May God give you strength, and with everything you do, Mungu akupe nguvu. We have lost an innocent soul. And this hurts. This is painful. Thank you. Thank you very much to all the viewers. Thank you. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support. It's not easy. This is not an easy day. This is not easy for me today. It's not easy for me today. DAMARY is gone. And that's a fact. DAMARY is gone, and that's a fact. Don't forget to tune in to the midnight edition of the Vote TV Primetime Show. I will do another, we will watch the recap of the Raukana Vote TV breakfast show when I head in Jerry. Kwa hivyo, I'm talking about midnight. When I say midnight, I'm talking about Kenyan time. So, kama uli miss broadcast ya asubuhi, tune in midnight. Then you can follow, especially on everything that we discussed about what Jerry said. And this hurts. This hurts. Be blessed. I think you have like what? You have like 22 more minutes to midnight. So get ready. In the next 22 minutes, the morning broadcast will be up and running. Watch everything. Watch everything, especially, how we broke down the story, how Jerry told the story of everything that happened today in the morning. I mean, that happened last night at Sharjah Airport in Dubai. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. If you're new here, subscribe to the channels. Big shout out to my fans on Facebook. Thank you very much. Also, those watching on Facebook, share. Keep on sharing. Those who are watching on Twitter, share. You can also tag Dr. Mutua as we continue. One thing I know is the truth will come out, and I will keep on updating you on the updates of the investigation. God bless you. Have a good night, and tune in to the Vote TV Midnight Edition, a cover story of DAMARY or Sita. Have a good night. See you later. I'm seeing someone saying, Mike, allow us to scream. Please, you guys join me. Yes, you can scream. Elizabeth Wayongo, let's meet at midnight. In the next 20 minutes. Someone amesema tuwapatie. Allow us to scream, so scream. Go ahead and scream. Thank you. Thank you.